Hi everyone, I'm Himica. I mentored Anissa, who's a seventh grader at GMS. I had the most amazing time mentoring her. She was so eager to learn. She had so much to accomplish. She made a list of like 2 pages of features she wanted to make, and we accomplished all of it. She learned 3 programming languages, all in depth. She had so many questions. I feel honored to be her mentor, and she's just so much energy. She works so hard, and I know she's going to do wonders. So I'm glad I was part of the journey in the beginning. So go for it.
Thank you. My mentor's name is Himica, and she is amazing. She's a software engineer at Buzz Solutions, and among her time spending making spectacular code, she plays with her cat, reads, and builds Legos. She's been so helpful for me in learning code and making We're Booked. She is super kind and an amazing helper. This is a photo of Himica and I at the end of our first in-person meeting. Next slide, please. My project is called We're Booked. It is a multi-user website with many different capabilities, like the reading platform Goodreads. We even have a slogan: too many books, definition unknown. I had the idea of We're Booked because I love reading and coding, so the perfect fit seems like a reading website with more personalization. Next slide, please. Diving into the personalization I said before, these are a few features we already have on We're Booked. Users can add book information to our database, as well as adding their own fan fictions or stories that each user is writing. There is a page on the website dedicated to this. There are also user groups, so users with specific reading interests can join. Users can log in and log out, of course, and each has their own notes and ratings to choose. Along with this, they can show their status for each book. Next slide, please. The components of We're Booked code are the 4 programming languages: HTML, or hypertext markup language, CSS, or cascading style sheets, JavaScript, and Python. We also used Google Spreadsheets as our database to hold all our information. There's a photo of my folder housing all my files for the website. Next slide. Here are images of each file with each of their coding languages. We use JavaScript code the most, reaching 686 lines of code, which includes functions, which each write specific lines of code to random features, variables, global, which means there's all JavaScript, and inside functions. The CSS has IDs, classes, and HTML tags, and calls them to give them colors and roles to play under certain circumstances. The Python acts backend and connects to the database, pulling information in and out. Then there's HTML code, which is front end and visible to the user. Next slide, please. Along with our features, we have future goals to complete as well. I'd like readers to arrange their books in whatever order they'd like, other than just by newest edition, shareable notes, and finish user groups. I'd like to make groups show their users and perhaps have a chat for each group. Next slide, please. My experience learning with Code Academy was super fun. It teaches many more languages than just JavaScript and Python, which I took. Lessons include information about functions, variables, loops, dictionaries, and strings, each key pieces to programming. Here's a photo of me finishing the JavaScript course. Learning programming overall is also really cool. Operating so many different systems, though, it can get confusing. I found out that after learning JavaScript, Python was super easy, as they're surprisingly similar. Here's a photo of JavaScript code. Next slide, please. The database is a Google Sheet where we save our information. Himica and I used Google Sheets and Python to connect those to VS Code, our code editor. The database shows new updates in real time and allows us to see all the data. Saving code was also an interesting experience. I have to save my codes after each edit. Besides saving code from VS Code, I also had many commands on the terminal to save it to GitHub where Himica and I shared code. I also have to save it to Python Anywhere, a website where you can run Python code on the internet. Next slide, please. My database includes many sheets of tables as shown by the pictures. These tables each hold different information. The picture is of the books table, holding all of the books. The diagram is of how the code works. The user, Himica and I, go into the HTML, JavaScript, and CSS website of We're Booked, which calls to the Python system to call in the database. Next slide, please. Welcome to We're Booked. These are pictures of each page. Let's start by signing in. We have our username and password, which we need to confirm. In JavaScript, it makes sure the password and confirmed password are the same. Yep, logged in. Next, we're gonna log in. We'll go through. This time it's only username and password, and I already have an account, so I'm just using that account. Logged in. Next, we'll go through the features: adding books, rating and notes, group and database, and finally the database. Thank you for listening.
Questions?
I have a question. I'm on the Zoom. This was amazing. I had a question on you talked about front end and back end. Which part of the project did you enjoy the most, or did you just enjoy the whole thing?
At the start of 7th grade, we were learning more front-end code. So I'd say I definitely enjoyed the back end since the two main languages I learned from it, Python and JavaScript, are both back end. So definitely those two.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.